27 of 41 for 334 and 3 touchdowns, taking down the top team in the conference and perhaps the league. Baltimore suffering their first loss since week 2. Remember, it was 0-2 followed by 5 straight. Well, the streak, it's come to a close, and at the hands of all teams, the Browns. Bryant McFadden, this is one of those games that you end up sitting there and you ask the question. It's a simple question.
Yep.
How? How? You're looking at these two teams on paper coming in. It's hard to imagine what a guy like Jameis Winston can do for a team. How did he change everything for this offense?
The belief. That's the thing about Jameis. When you watch him, even when he's not in the starting lineup, he is rallying the guys. He is the leader within the team, and you don't usually see the backup quarterback being identified as the leader. But that's who Jameis is. That's just his character trait.
2 weeks ago, or excuse me, last week, third-string quarterback, not even your backup quarterback.
Yeah, but that's just his character trait. Yep. And you see guys, you know, they gravitate towards him. And when he gave that pregame presser on the sideline, you saw a guy that was overly confident, not cocky, but confident in him as an individual and his entire team. Yep. And guess what they went out and did? They balled out. Think about this. We're living in a world today when you look at how well the Baltimore Ravens were playing, when you look at Lamar Jackson and how well he was playing, looking like the MVP. Today, Jameis outplayed Lamar Jackson. You don't believe me? I have the numbers to back that. 27 of 41, 334 yards, 3 touchdowns. They were 8 of 15 on third down. Now get this, the pass catchers that were an issue, to say the least, in weeks past. Look at their numbers. Cedric Tillman, 99 yards, 2 touchdowns. Elijah Moore, 85 yards. Jerry Jeudy, 79 yards. Tight end David Njoku, 61 yards and one receiving touchdown as well. Everyone up their ante because of the belief. Yeah. That's the thing about team sports. When you have a guy that can boost the morale of the entire team on either side, you will see positive results. And that's what we saw today. And with this team, because it wasn't like the cupboard was bare there in Cleveland, they were dealing with injuries, but they just were not finding a way to go out and execute, and most importantly, believe that they can get the job done. Belief is one thing. It sets the foundation for you to execute, but to make the plays needed to take down a team like the Ravens is a completely different conversation. You played in this division. How do we always get one or a couple of these in that division each and every year where you walk in thinking one thing and you get slapped in the face by something else? It's just the AFC North, because when you look at Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, when they play against the NFC team, ain't no problem. It's no problem. But within the division, every team, they know each other extremely well, and they're not afraid. They know how to adjust. They know how to play against a Lamar Jackson. When you look at a team like Tampa, when you look at a team like the Giants, they don't see that often, so they struggle. The same can be said for teams like Cincinnati. When they play against other teams in the NFC, unfortunately they lost today, they take care of their business. But within the division, it's an ugly street fight, and that's what we saw today for the Baltimore Ravens. And I can tell you this much. When you look at what Jameis did, I just read off the numbers to you. The issue for Baltimore, that's secondary. Yeah. They're dealing with some holes in the secondary. We saw Baker last week exploit some matchups in his favor. Unfortunately, they had big-time interceptions created by Marlon Humphrey. Those plays did not show up today. You forced a fumble on Jameis, Kyle Hamilton strip sack, but outside of that, Jameis protected the football and had a field day. And one thing about Jameis Winston, as you know, he is the ultimate gunslinger. There's not a pass he doesn't believe he can complete. There were a couple. And when that thing is rolling, boy, look out. Hey, you're going to get in a street fight. You got to believe in the guys next to you. They believe in Jameis Winston, and they get their second win of the season. It comes against, of all teams, what many believe to be the best in the league, in the Baltimore Ravens, who fall to 5-3 following this loss to the hands of Jameis Winston. 300+, 3+, no INT. An unwavering belief in Jameis Winston.